Imagine making $11,000 every single month from a YouTube channel. Yeah, that sounds insane, but I recently discovered a channel that is reportedly pulling in around that amount. And the niche behind it is something a lot of creators are completely overlooking. The channel is called Jay the Clay, and it has grown to over 8 million subscribers. What they do is actually really simple. They create satisfying clay sculptures inspired by celebrities, characters, cartoons, and different popular subjects, showing the entire process from beginning to end. And the numbers on this channel are ridiculous. They've generated a total of around 4 billion views across the channel. Yes, 4 billion views. And they're not only getting views from shorts. Their long-form videos are pulling in millions of views as well. They currently have multiple long-form videos approaching 40 million views. And when you move over to their shorts, the numbers get even crazier. One of their shorts is sitting at around 456 million views. That is insane. So I went through this channel, studied the content style, broke down how the videos are structured, and then built a prompt that lets us recreate this type of satisfying sculpture content using free AI tools. And in this video, I'm going to show you the entire workflow. But first, check out this short video I created using the exact prompt I built. Yeah, everything you just watched was created entirely with AI. The sculpture, the character, the carving process, the visuals, everything. And this is one of those niches I think is worth paying attention to because I haven't seen many AI creators experimenting with this exact format yet. So make sure you follow the workflow all the way through because by the end of the video, I'll also show you how to get access to the exact prompt I used. Pay attention so you don't miss any important step. Now, let's get started. Alright, so to get this workflow started, the first thing you're going to need is access to a chatbot. You can use whichever one you prefer. If you want something free, you can use DeepSeek, Gemini, or the free version of ChatGPT. For this video, I'm going to be using ChatGPT because that's what I personally prefer. Once you have your chatbot ready, the next thing you're going to need is access to the Portrait Content Engine prompt I created specifically for this workflow. This prompt might look pretty simple, but it actually handles a huge part of the workflow for you. I carefully built it so that it automatically generates the ideas, reference images, POV frames, and animation prompts we're going to need. Once you get access to the prompt, copy the entire thing exactly the way I'm doing it here. Make sure you don't leave anything out because every section plays a role in the final result. Once you've copied everything, come back to your chatbot. Paste the complete prompt into the chat and click Send. After a few seconds, the chatbot will process the prompt and automatically generate a list of different ideas you can create. As you can see here, we have multiple options from 1 all the way to 12. All you have to do is go through the list and choose the person or character you want to create. And if you don't like any of the options, you can simply type in your own idea, and the engine will still build the workflow around it. For this example, I'm going with idea number 7. So I'm going to type 7 into the chat and click Send. Once I select the idea, ChatGPT processes it and gives me a detailed character reference image prompt. Now, this workflow can work for both short-form and long-form content. For shorts, we're going to use 9 to 16. If you want to create a long-form version instead, you can use 16 to 9. Since I'm creating a short-form video for this tutorial, I'm sticking with 9 to 16. Now I'm going to copy the complete image prompt ChatGPT generated for us. Once you've copied the prompt, head over to Google Flow. Inside Flow, create a new project. Once the project loads, you'll see an interface that looks like this. Now open the Settings section and switch over to Image Mode. For the aspect ratio, select 9 to 16 if you're creating shorts. For long-form content, simply use 16 to 9. For the image model, I'm going to use Nano Banana 2. And for the output, I'm going to select 2. I always like generating 2 variations because it gives us a better chance of getting an image that works perfectly for the next stage. Once those settings are ready, paste in the character reference prompt we copied from ChatGPT. Then click Send. Now Flow is going to generate our reference images.
After a short wait, our images are ready. And as you can see, we have a detailed portrait of an elderly man wearing an apron. The important thing here is having a clear face, clean lighting, and enough facial detail for the next part of the workflow. Compare both outputs and choose whichever one looks best to you. For me, I'm going with this one. Once you've selected your reference image, come back to ChatGPT. Scroll down to the bottom of the ChatGPT response and type Next. Then click Send. ChatGPT is now going to generate another image prompt, but this one is different. This prompt is designed to transform our original character reference into the POV starting frame we're going to animate. Copy the complete prompt exactly as it appears. Now head back to Google Flow. Take the character reference image you selected earlier and drag it into the timeline. Then paste in the new POV image prompt from ChatGPT. Make sure you're still in image mode and click Send. Flow will now use the original portrait as a visual reference while creating the new starting frame. And after a short wait, we have our two POV options. Now this is why I like generating two options. It gives you more control over the starting image. For this workflow, I want the carving to begin from scratch, so I'm going to choose the option that reveals less of the finished face. The other variation already shows too much facial detail, so I'm going with this cleaner starting frame. Now drag that selected image back into the timeline. Next, open your settings and switch from image mode to video mode. Keep the aspect ratio at 9:16. For the video model, I'm going to use Omni Flash. Set the duration to 10 seconds, and for the output, leave it at 1, since we only need one video for each stage. Now we need the animation instructions, so head back to ChatGPT. At the bottom of the response, type Next again and click Send. After a few seconds, ChatGPT will generate 3 separate animation prompts for us. You have Clip 1, Clip 2, and Clip 3. Each prompt continues directly from the previous stage, so we can create one complete time-lapse sequence. Start by copying only the Clip 1 animation prompt. Come back to Google Flow and paste the Clip 1 prompt into the video prompt box. Make sure your POV starting frame is still attached. Then click Send. And just like that, we've kicked off the first animation. Give Flow a little time to process everything. Once the video is ready, let's preview it. As you can see, the first clip already looks really satisfying. The carving process begins from the basic surface. Then, the eyebrows start appearing. The eyes are shaped. The nose begins forming. Then the mouth and other facial details slowly start coming together. And everything happens in that satisfying time-lapse style. Now we're going to continue directly from this exact frame. Hover over the video you just generated and look for the Save Frame feature. Click it. Flow will automatically capture the final frame of the video for you. That means you don't have to manually take screenshots or try to match the next scene yourself. Now go back to the homepage and you'll see the saved frame. Drag that image into the timeline. Come back to ChatGPT and copy the Clip 2 animation prompt. Then, return to Google Flow. Paste the Clip 2 prompt into the video box with the saved frame attached. Click Send. Now the second animation will begin exactly where the first one stopped. Once the generation finishes, let's preview it. And look at that. The transition is really smooth. It keeps the same visual style, the same portrait, the same carving material, and the same time-lapse motion. You can also see the face becoming more detailed while still maintaining the structure of the original portrait reference. Now we're going to repeat the exact same process one last time. Go to the end of Clip 2 and click Save Frame again. Return to the Flow homepage and drag that final frame into the timeline. Then head back to ChatGPT and copy the Clip 3 animation prompt. Come back to Google Flow, paste it in, and click Send. This will generate the final stage of the portrait, and our final clip is ready. Let's preview it. As you can see, the carving continues until we finally reach the completed portrait. There may occasionally be a small inconsistency or distortion depending on the generation. If that happens and you have enough credits available, you can simply regenerate that particular clip. But overall, the sequence looks really clean. Now we're going to connect all 3 videos. Come back to the Google Flow homepage and select Clip 1. Click the plus icon and choose Add Clip. Select Clip 2 and add it to the scene. Give it a few seconds to load. Then repeat the same process and add Clip 3. Now all 3 generations are connected in the correct order. Click Done. Once you click Done, you'll see all 3 videos playing as one complete sequence. From here, click Download. Flow will save the generated clips so we can take everything into our editing software. Now we're going to clean up the sequence, add our background sound, and prepare it for social media. For this part, I'm going to use CapCut.
Open CapCut and create a new project. Click Import and bring in all 3 videos. Once they're imported, arrange them in the correct order. Clip 1 first, Clip 2 second, Clip 3 last. Now play through the entire sequence to make sure everything flows properly. At this point, we already have roughly a 30-second video. If you notice any unnecessary freeze frames between the clips, simply trim those sections out. You don't need any complicated transitions. Because we're using the saved final frame from each generation, the scenes should already blend together naturally. The only thing we're doing in CapCut is cleaning up the timing and removing anything we don't need. Next, click Import again and bring in your background audio. I'm going to use this particular sound because it works really well with this type of satisfying time-lapse content. Drag the audio underneath the video, then reduce the volume. You don't want the background music overpowering the actual ASMR sounds from the video. We still want to hear the scraping, carving, polishing, and all those satisfying little details. Now play through the complete video one more time. We have our portrait starting from the early carving stage and gradually becoming more detailed until the final face is completed. Everything happens in one continuous time-lapse sequence. And because we're using the vertical 9:16 format, the video is ready for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. Once you're happy with everything, click Export. Give your video a name. For this example, I'm just going to call mine Output 2. Then click Export. And after a short wait, your final video is ready to post. Now, if you want access to the exact prompt I created for this workflow, leave a comment saying, "Mark AI Guy," and I'll show you how to get it completely free. You can also join my Telegram community where I share more prompts, AI workflows, and creator resources. Once you've tried the workflow, come back and let me know what type of portrait you created. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next trending AI workflow. And I'll see you in the next one.